Hey everyone. So, right now I am at the Diamond Lake Viewpoint. My original plan is I was actually heading to Watson Falls, which is like I think like the third tallest waterfall here in Oregon, but 15 miles before it, the road was closed due to a wildfire. So I just noticed this on the way up, so I decided to stop here on the way back. So it sucks that that road is closed. I'll have to come back when it's reopened. So, but like I mentioned, I'm at the Diamond Lake Viewpoint, and there's a sign here. It says "Life Cycle of a Typical High Cascades Volcano." The prominent peaks and buttes on the horizon are part of the High Cascades, a chain of volcanoes formed within the past several thousand years. All the peaks and buttes have been sculpted to some degree by masses of flowing ice during the ice ages. They rest atop a complex of older, gently sloping shield volcanoes constructed of thin flows of very hot fluid lava. The older volcanoes have experienced multiple episodes of alpine mountain glaciation and display a more advanced stage of erosion. The timbered slopes and valley floor are covered by glacial rubble scraped from the surrounding peaks. The ice ages spanned the past 2 million years of geologic time, while the current post-glacial warm period began about 11,000 years ago. Let's see, early constructional period. Explosive volcano eruptions rapidly built a steep-sided cone formed of ash, cinders, and rock fragments, partly interlayered with lava flows. The lava flows and fragmental debris exit from a central summit vent, forming a symmetrical cone. New volcanic deposits accumulate on the cone faster than glacial scouring can remove them. Late constructional period. Volcanic eruptions wane and erosion becomes more evident. Strong pressure within the magma chamber creates an additional passageways for magma to ascend. Magma that reaches the surface tends to exit on the outer flanks of the volcano, forming small cinder cones. Near the final stages of volcanic activity, a massive plug of solidified lava is pushed upwards by tremendous pressure and shoved into the upper part of the vent. Let's see, erosional phase. Volcanic eruption ends. Ice scouring and abrasion rapidly strip away weakly consolidated layers of volcanic ash and cinders from the summit and flanks of the volcano, greatly reducing its height and mass. Ultimately, the central plug, composed of dense, resistant lava, is left exposed as a freestanding, jagged spire. And I believe that's what is it, Mount Bailey is? That's nearby. There's, I believe you have Mount Bailey and Mount Thielsen. So let's head over this way. And if it seems a little hazy, there's a wildfire in the area. Let's go down here. Yeah, there's a path with a couple of picnic tables down here. We'll check it out. Oh, there's another path. Okay. We'll check that out later. Let's go, let's check out these signs that I saw. See, cataclysmic eruption gives birth to Diamond Lake. Crater Lake, located 12 miles south of here, is a 6-mile wide, steep-walled volcanic depression. Caldera formed by the collapse of a 12,000-foot volcano known as Mount Mazama some 7,700 years ago. The Mazama event is estimated to have ejected about 50 times more airborne ash and dust than the 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption. Wow. That's pretty powerful. Let's see, during the final stage of the Mazama eruption, vast amounts of pale volcanic ash and pumice swept down the flanks of the volcano on a cushion of searing gas at speeds approaching 100 miles per hour. These fiery ash clouds, known as pyroclastic flows, charred all vegetative matter in their path as they funneled down the valleys of the Clearwater, North Armqua, and Rogue River. The climatic eruption of ancestral Mount Mazama radically altered the appearance of the surrounding landscape. And like it says Crater Lake was known as Mount Mazama. The clues as to the origin of Diamond Lake were revealed in 2004-2005 when 3 groundwater monitoring holes were constructed along its far northwest shoreline. The deepest boring encountered water at a depth of 65 feet below lake level, but never penetrated through the Mazama ash flow deposit and into the underlying bedrock. This evidence indicates that the original pre-Mazama stream channel was at a different location and at a much lower elevation than that of a present-day Lake Creek outlet. It can be concluded that a lobe of the Mazama pyroclastic flow dammed a former glacial stream channel on the valley floor below, forming a shallow basin. Stream flow quickly filled the basin, creating Diamond Lake. The rising water level found a new place to spill out, establishing the present-day Lake Creek outlet. Because this outlet developed on a ledge of resistant lava, the present level of the lake will be maintained for many years to come. Diamond Lake is relatively shallow, and sediment carried it by streams will eventually fill it in. Let's see. So volcanoes on the horizon, Mount Thielsen and Mount Bailey. Mount Bailey, looming west of Diamond Lake, is a small, steeply sloping shield volcano, and that's it right there. Its broad base is formed of many fluid flows of dark, cavity-riddled lava, intermediate and chemical composition between basalt and andesite. The upper visible part of the cone is constructed mostly of thick flows of gray andesite lava containing layers of red cinder. Its summit is strewn with rock debris blasted from several vents during its last eruptive period. Since ice scouring is much less evident on the flanks of Mount Bailey as compared to Mount Thielsen, it is reasonable to conclude that it is relatively younger. Based on this evidence, Mount Bailey is considered to be less than 100,000 years, but greater than 11,000 years in age. The volcano is thought to be in a state of dormancy, however, future eruptions are probable. Yeah, that's Mount Bailey right there. You can just barely see it through the smoke. And then you have, to your left, is Mount Thielsen. You can't see it at all because it's supposed to be like over there, but you can't see it because of the smoke. To your left is Mount Thielsen, a relatively small, steep-sided composite cone built atop a complex of older, gently sloping shield volcanoes. The deeply eroded upper flanks of the volcano are formed chiefly of sloping layers of explosively ejected ash, cinders, and rock fragments, consolidated into colorful beds of tough and coarse volcanic breccia. Few lava flows are sandwiched between the beds of eruptive debris. Lavas analyzed from Mount Thielsen indicate that the volcano probably began to form around 300,000 years ago. Because its summit and flanks are so deeply gouged, geologists infer that the volcano likely experienced multiple episodes of glaciation. The advanced degree of erosion suggests that Mount Thielsen is no longer active. Its jagged pinnacle is a volcanic plug formed of dense basalt that attracts countless thunderbolts. Mount Thielsen has come to be known as the lightning rod of the Cascades. When I said you couldn't see it, I'm very sorry. Mount Thielsen is right there. You could just barely, and the point, that is the lightning rod. They call it the lightning rod of the Cascades. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's Mount Thielsen. I thought it was over like right here, but there it is. That's Mount Thielsen. The lightning rod of the Cascades. Yeah, you can just see it, barely see this through all this dense smoke. So let's go over here. I did see a path and find out where it goes. It's down here by where these picnic tables are. Go this way. I was thinking, oh, there's Mount Thielsen right there. Yep, there's Diamond Lake through all that smoke. I'll have to find out what wildfire is in the area. It says there's one in the area, so I'll have to check it out and see which one it is. Oh, I thought it was a path. There's Diamond Lake. Pretty isn't, well, when it's not, there is pretty when it's not all smoky, and yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I did see another sign over here. Yeah, I like that nickname for Mount Thielsen, the lightning rod of the Cascades. Oh, there's a sign over here. Cool. Let's check it out. See, a thread connecting west to east. As far as one can see from this location, public land is in view. State Highway 138 serves as the primary access through the North Umpqua Drainage and Umpqua National Forest, connecting western Oregon to eastern Oregon. Relatively difficult to travel until just over 40 years ago, this route was made considerably more accessible for recreation and resource management activities when it was paved in 1964. See, between 1933 and 1942, triggered by the Great Depression, the federal government's Civilian Conservation Corps put several thousand Americans to work on forested-related projects. These include construction of trails, roads, bridges, campgrounds, picnic areas, guard stations, ranger stations, and other tasks. The same time frame became a turning point in the development of access and forest management on national forest lands. See, the rudimentary trail systems, which often followed the Indian footpaths along the ridges and up the streams of the western Cascades, were expanded by tens of dozens of miles. In many instances, roads replaced former trails. See, today, State Highway 138 is a modern highway serving commercial and recreation uses. Over 900 vehicles travel through the area per day, and that was in 2005, with access to a range of recreation opportunities from highly developed recreation facilities at Diamond and Lamelo Lakes to Mount Thielsen Wilderness and Crater Lake National Park, all within a 20-mile radius. See, changing dimensions over time. For thousands of years, the river corridor was used by American Indians. Narrow footpaths connected semi-permanent villages with temporary camps and served as a trade route over the Cascade Mountains. Homesteaders gradually moved into the drainage, packing supplies on horses and mules. Trails only needed to accommodate the width of a pack animal and later wagons. With the invention of the automobile, Trails gave way to gravel roads that developed over time. The increasing demand for a route over the Cascade Mountains meant that roads needed to be built for high numbers and larger sized commercial and recreational vehicles. So basically for RVs and SUVs. That's pretty neat, huh? Yeah, and here's a map of the road Umpqua Scenic Byway. So you take a walk through lush old growth forests, step back in time at Union Creek, Steamboat, and Prospect. Hunt along the byway for evidence of Mount Mazama's explosion, which created Crater Lake. Cast your line into some of America's finest fishing waters. Lounge around lakesides and relax in resorts. Gaze across gorges at spires and pinnacles. Hike along the Upper Rogue and North Umpqua Wild and Scenic Rivers. The Rogue Umpqua Scenic Byway offers all this and more, so grab your camera and set off on a byway adventure. That's what this is. This is the Rogue Umpqua Scenic Byway. And we'll take one last view about of Diamond Lake that we can over the smoke. So that was the Diamond Lake viewpoint here in kind of like in Southern Oregon. My original plan, as I mentioned earlier, is I was going to head to Toketee and Watson Falls, but 15 miles before that, the road was completely blocked off because of I guess there's a wildfire in the area. I'll have to go online and I'll check it out and let you know which one it is. So that was kind of a bummer. I did notice on the way up, there was a sign for the Diamond Lake Viewpoint, so I thought when I'm heading back, I'll just stop here. It was really cool seeing Mount Bailey and Mount Thielsen, even though there's a lot of smoke in the area. So you could just see them just a little tiny bit, so that was pretty neat. So that's going to do it for this video today, guys. I want to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Keep an eye out for future videos. But until then, I'll catch you later.